In this video, I'm going to show you a few tips for using Google more effectively so that you can zero in on better quality and just the right resources that you need for your research about a possible career. The first thing you are probably inclined to do when you get to Google is just put the name of your career in the search box. Fisherman is my career. And if you just put in fisherman and hit enter, you will notice that you get 57,800,000 results. And the one on the very top is Wikipedia, which might have some good information or some good sources in it, but it's probably not the best source to cite for a school project, and it also might be pretty hard to read. So let me give you some tips on how you might narrow down this 57 million hits into something that's a little more manageable and higher quality. Rather than just putting in fisherman, you can also type cite:/BLS.gov. Now, you may not know what the BLS is, but I'm going to tell you that the BLS is called the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it is a part of the federal government, and their whole job is to collect large quantities of information about different things relating to work and workers and jobs and careers. So by putting in cite:/BLS.gov, you will be searching for the career of fisherman, which is what you're interested in, within the Bureau of Labor Statistics site. That's what this cite: does for you. You're just going to search now within the Bureau of Labor Statistics site. So let me hit return and see what I get now. Look, my results are down to 26 results, and you can see that all of them come from the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, and they all have something to do with fish or fishermen. So I'm going to click on that first one and look what I get. A site that has from the Occupational Outlook Handbook, which means what's the outlook for this kind of career? What's the future look like for this career? You have different tabs related to fishers. Notice that they call them fishers, and how they're paid, what they do, the work environment, how to become one, the pay, the job outlook. Is this going to be a good job to go into in 6 years or 8 years or whenever I'm done with school? What might be related to that, and more information. So there's a lot of information on this page that's going to be higher quality because it comes from a government organization that's whole job is to collect statistics about careers and jobs and workers in our country. Let's say though that you didn't quite get what you want. Let me give you some other tips. I'm going to just open up another tab and go to Google. Notice that they called instead of fishermen, the Occupational Outlook Handbook called it fishers, fisher. So that would be a synonym for my title of fisherman. So I'm going to type in fisherman or fisher, and that means there's just another word for somebody who fishes. And let's say I want to look for a site that's a .gov, but not necessarily the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So I type cite:/.gov, and that's going to find me other government websites that have information about fishermen, or they might call it fishers. So notice what I get here is information from different state governments about fishing related jobs in their state. So some of it's from the federal government, but some of it's also from, here's one from Missouri. You might find one from Iowa if you searched long enough. But notice I still have 411,000 results. So that's really too many to weed through. So let me show you what you can do with search tools. Click on this button here that says search tools. Remember, we're looking for information that's very recent and up to date. So I'm going to say that I'm looking for a website that was updated or published in the past year. So it's going to be only as much as a year old. So that narrows it down to things that have been updated recently. And then another thing that's useful to remember is sorting by reading level. So if you click under all results and click reading level, you can zero in on basic reading things. So let's say you were reading some of these articles and you realized, whoa, that's too hard for me to read. You can narrow it down by reading level, click on basic, and you'll be getting the websites that are from a government organization but that are at an easier to read reading level and that have been updated in the last year. So rather than wading through a bunch of things that aren't going to meet those requirements, you're using the tools within Google to narrow down your results to get right to those specific ones. Oh.